So Tony Khan announces this Maximum Carnage match, right? Which is an apropos name for it, I suppose. And it's going to happen on Saturday, a 12-man tag team. We're definitely live stream watching this unless there's a different PLE on this Saturday or something from another company or like TNA. Are they doing? I don't know when Genesis is, but if it, I will legitimately prioritize TNA Genesis over this. However, all I'm saying is that Saturday we're going to watch this if there's nothing else. Max and TNT, Maximum Carnage. You know, Tony thought of this because Max branded integration, you know. And then look at these lineups: Edge, FTR, Hobbs, the Outrunners, and then on this side you have the Bumbaclaw Club, the White Knight Clan, and then you have the Learning Tree, and all anyone can say is pourquoi. Why is this a thing?
You what?
First off, this doesn't make sense for the goddamn story. This doesn't make sense for anything, man. The White Clan would not team up with anyone. Okay, that's the whole point of this whole shit. You see people coping and fantasy mark booking. Tony Khan got ratioed into Obliviacry, and even the sickos are turning on him. It is crazy. And I feel bad for him, but he had this coming. If you listen to your boy Phil, it wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? This is insane. 12 man. What the why? Doesn't need to happen. Unnecessary. Don't you see how the stories intertwine? Yes, but that doesn't mean anything. None of this shit has any point or purpose, and it seems directionless, and it doesn't make sense in kayfabe, in my opinion. Now, I left it to the people because I always harp on this. Why do I got to be the one, chat, to always say this? Let someone else say this. Let's see who's saying this, right? So I'm asking people on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your excitement? Okay, I got ratioed -0. This is going to be a giant -1, 0. This is open ass cheeks. Too many people in the ring with nothing at stake. It screams, I have no creativity. It's the no job match. No one wants to do a job. So we're going to distract fans so they won't notice that taking the pin loss, you know, is either Yuta. He just names everyone in the match. Match should be called the Over the Hill Gang versus who? I'll listen to you watch it. That's what DK says. Yeah, dummy. That's the best way to do it, right? -5, barely at a stretch. It has the train wreck appeal to it, to be frank. It may actually be worth watching to see how bad it is. One, this is terrible booking. There's story. AEW has storylines on accident at this point. There is no storyline there at all, in my opinion. But Tony Khan got ratioed into Obliviacry, but I was DMing with Husey, and him and I were sort of spitballing back and forth. Husey's like, dude, I think somebody is worried in that company, you know? Like somebody is stressing something. That's what Husey's saying, right? Allegedly. Not that, no, this isn't even an allegedly. This is just Husey's opinion. Husey, few Guinness deep opinion, right? And so I wrote this after just talking with him for a minute. I said, I think this and the Jericho Edge match, because Husey brought it up. He's like, dude, why would they give Jericho and Edge away on a Saturday night collision other than Tony's just a mark? He's like, I don't believe that. I think he's overbooking this because something's going on. And I just wrote, I think this and the Jericho versus Edge match last Saturday are efforts to try and pop a rating because nobody wants Shockwave or ROH, and Collision is being considered for the chopping block like Rampage. It doesn't even make sense for them to run a weekly Saturday show. They go head to head with themselves all the time, and Saturday night's main event will own them every single time as well. It's pointless and inconsequential, so go out swinging with random matches. I think that's what it is. I think I'm onto something. I could be off on that entirely. We have Just Alex, right? Tony, seriously, what the hell is this? Are you even watching your own product? Because this match doesn't make a lick of sense. But no one is going to be watching on Saturday anyway, so screw it, right? So he's a diehard, man. Look at this. He tags everyone. And look at everyone under these replies as Raw commences here. This guy's going off like, how do you all not see this? Quick explanation. Outrunners came to the aid of Commander for the Death Riders, which the runners were facing the Death Riders. Why, though? Why did Commander come to the aid? Right? Okay, so this thing happened. I went to the store. That's awesome. Make a movie of a guy who just, hey, I just do a thing. No, there has to be reason. Why did they attack Cope? Why? We still don't know anything. And I just go, yo, and I ratioed him. I didn't even realize. And look at the views, and I ratioed ratioed him. Like he got 9.5K views on his 23. Like that's a crazy ratio. But I was like, that doesn't change the fact it's stupid, overbook, contrived nonsense. Whatever. You guys know my opinion. We're gonna get into the federation here, but everyone's under here. JD Tony getting flamed in his own comment section. Oh, are you all learning yet? He doesn't care about you guys. He never did. If he did, this storyline would end as soon as humanly possible. Oh, I like that. Pull the plug on the Death Rider story, man. You see AIR Gold trying to scrape up his 39 for the month, right? To get his cigarettes. He's even like, what the, here's Hangman. He's positive about everything, But everyone, his own people, Tony's own sickos are roasting him. Everyone is just losing their mind. We can't even go through these all, and these aren't just all E-drones, I promise you. Some of the most prominent haters are his own sickos. I'm sure you've all seen it. 2 million views, but look at this. 1.9K likes, 2K retweets, 1.9K comments. That's a huge ratio, my guy.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
And I know everyone wants to claim like, well, we said this first and they should listen to me. It's documented, my thoughts on the goddamn internet. All I'll say is this, man. I've really stroked it. Pause. No Diddy. But like as far as the trajectory of things, and it don't take a rocket scientist to do it, right? A lot of us have said it. And it ain't about being first. It's just there's a gaggle of us who got gatekept, and this is what I've been harping against, and it's about to come to a head here. We'll read some of the sickos' reactions to this stuff themselves, from the horses' mouths themselves. Sicko segment. So we've had like sicko wars going down, basically. Yeah. We have AIR Gold here laughing. WWE is going head-to-head with AEW All In. So they're going head-to-head All In Texas with a Saturday night's main event, which is going to be crazy. And also, keep your eyes peeled for the ratings to see if the NXT replay beat Collision. That will be interesting to see, right? If that is the case. AIR Gold, again, being critical. AEW All In Texas has only distributed 812 tickets in the 3 weeks since WrestleTix first reported on it. AEW All In Texas has only distributed 812 tickets, and they're talking to PFC right now. God damn, this is going to be a terrible clip. Whoop, 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 whoop. Rewind. So AIR Gold is furthering his criticism, chat. This is my first time running through this part, right, all Jake?
Yes.
Yeah. So
AIR Gold must be grifting for more money. His rep must have gone up this year.
So he says AEW All In Texas has only distributed 812 tickets in 3 weeks since WrestleTix first reported on it. I think in the same time, Royal Rumble in 3 days did like, I'm 50, making shit 000? Up, but Royal Rumble did 3K in like 3 hours or something like that. I can't remember. We'll talk about it if it's in WWE news. I saw it. But either way, AIR Gold now, he's trying to get his dough. It makes me sick seeing some of these accounts interact with this dude and like, we're all friends now because you've seen the light. You make me sick. Moving along here, right? The sicko civil war has begun. Wrestle Cringe is like, storyline has gone off the rails, man. This is in response to Maximum Carnage. People not liking it, and it doesn't even make sense anymore. It might be time to reevaluate direction. So what happened, Wrestle Cringe? I thought I was cringe, according to you, because I didn't criticize AEW. Now you're allowed to do it, huh? Bunch of bitches. And then AR goes like, stop being a bad faith grifter. See, now they're just saying this we said before. It's the goofiest. Bury these guys in the mud. If you follow these accounts, I implore you, unfollow them. Don't give them the time of day. Like, I'll never say don't follow even like Meltzer or any lolcow. But these guys are goofs, and other people will screen grab their. Just don't give them the time of day. It's insane. It's like, these are the bots Tony was so scared of, and now they're eating his ass up. Legit. Now they're eating his ass up. It's not a shock to me. I tried to say these cancel pigs, as we call them, these people will eat themselves up. They all always go and destroy each other because it's never good enough for these fickle marks. They don't actually know what they want. They don't even like the wrestlers. They don't care about them. They just want McGraps now. McGraps. That's all they want. Let's check in with the AEW hardcores. Wrestle Cringe says storyline has gone off the rails, man. I read this. People not liking it, and it doesn't even make sense anymore. It might be time to reevaluate direction. Adam Colbert Burberry says, so far gone from the AEW I once loved. I used to never miss an episode of Dynamite, but I haven't sit down and watched an episode all the way through in months. Please move on from this. I am very confused and have had enough of the storyline. This guy, Jesus Christ. This guy pulled the plug on the Death Riders story, man. I don't know if these are even sickos, but either way, they're sicko enough to
interact.
You're sicko enough to interact. Sorry, I just got a text and be fans of AEW. We're all wackos here, you guys know that. But anyways,
or at least sicko adjacent. They're at least sicko adjacent.
Yeah, wackos are sicko adjacent, you know. So anyways,
yeah, right. Exactly.
Booker of the year, keep up the good work, Tony. So that's just funny. This guy says Colossal probably better name for this jumbled up stuff. Too much going on here. You would think Jericho is the poster boy for what Mox hates. Apparently not. Exactly. AEW is born out of everyone's hate for 2019 WWE. 6 years later, AEW has become 2019 WWE. No, it became that 2 years ago. You guys just, you know what I mean? You guys just are. It became that a year ago. Y'all just wouldn't accept it. Oh my God, at this point, this company doesn't need to exist for me. You're literally becoming Vince Jr. Tony McCann. You do not care about the fans. You book the show you want, not what's best for the product. Takeshita fan goes, who came up with this? King Gao. What? Like, these are huge AEW stands, man. Huge AEW stands.
Yeah.
And they're just like, what? What the f- is this? Stokely Hathaway blocked me. I don't know when this happened. I wrote, I don't know when this happened. And it's when it does, because I've always put Stokely over. Huge is a guy who's always talking about needing more valets and managers back in wrestling. Stokely is a breath of fresh air. That being said, I've 100% obliterated the whole Willow Statlander Stokely thing and how TK one day randomly decided there was no story or no need to explain anything from there. I went super hard on that. And then a bunch of other people were like, yeah, he blocked me too. I had no idea. So I don't know. Maybe he just blocks people and protects his energy, as they say. And maybe I said something about AEW that triggered him. Yeah, so that was basically it, man. The sickos just turning on Tony McCann. And that was our sicko segment as we go into this next match.